Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. And hey, if you're a new member in here, welcome. Hi, I'm Sharon. And I've really got to dive in today and talk about a very, very important subject, particularly if you come from corporate or government. Because I've had these conversations with so many women and it's kind of frustrating. So this is going to be a tough one, okay? Heads up, this is going to be a tough one. You are not a speaker just because you were paid to perform or paid to deliver some information in the corporate world. If you're a teacher, a lecturer, anyone and everyone from government and anyone from the corporate world, you are not a speaker, you're a talker. And if you think you're nailing this whole speaking thing just because you've stood under boardroom lights, under fluorescent lights, PowerPoint clicker in hand with wall-to-wall text, delivering presentations to people who politely nod, people who were literally paid and forced to sit there and listen to you. You are not a speaker, you are a talker. Because, be honest, your audience back then in the corporate world, in the government world, they were captive. They actually had to be there. You were the scheduled event between their inbox and lunch, right? You were also talking on behalf of a company who trained you to talk like this. Yeah? You're not yourself. You are not your message, not your mission. And that, my lovelies, is a huge difference, massive difference. So now you're in business for yourself, and congratulations. I applaud you, and I want you to see your own magnificence because I know that you've got something real to say, and I know you want to build trust and make sales and grow your audience and actually buy that freedom, that lifestyle freedom. Yeah? Yeah? This is you? Good. But suddenly, from the corporate world, the government entities, suddenly working for yourself, the rules have changed, haven't they? But no one's told you about them, did they? So now, and I'm speaking to lots of women who are now second guessing themselves left, right, and center. Because what you're doing is you're going out and you're doing the same thing that you've always done, what you were paid to do. You prep your notes, you rehearse in the way that you were taught, you deliver in that, let's give lots of information, the facts and figures and all the boring shit. Basically, it's boring. And the stuff that makes you sound important, because that was important in corporate. That worked in corporate. But here, my lovelies, you're getting met with crickets, aren't you? You hit go live. And people have checked out before you even get to your main point. If you get invited to speak on a podcast, you don't get invited back and you get zero DMs. You launch your program and zip, zip, zero, zilch, nothing. Yeah? And you're wondering why? Why? Here's where it gets really brutal. You thought you nailed it. You thought your slides were great. You thought your message was clear. You thought you did everything right. Yes, you did. For the corporate world, not out here. Here, you're spinning your reels. You're burning out trying to fix something that you can't see because you don't even know what you're looking for. You don't know what's wrong because it worked back then. Confusing? Yeah. Frustrating? Abso-freaking-lutely. Starting to question your own value? Maybe you should just give up, or maybe you should try something else, a different niche. Maybe you've chosen the wrong niche. Yeah. This all gone through your mind? Here's what you don't understand. Corporate trained you to inform to a trained audience who had to be there. Let me repeat that. Corporate trained you to inform to a trained audience. That's not the real world. Business, entrepreneurship, which is what you're doing, that demands connection and a different kind of connection. Big, big, big difference. In the corporate world, you are validated by your title, by your paycheck, by your business card, introduced with fancy credentials. People who took you seriously because of who you were paid to represent. But now, you're speaking as you, and no one is forced to care. No one is required to listen to you. No one's clocking in and sitting through your speech because HR told them that they had to. Do you see the difference? In the real world of online business, the social currency, attention is currency. And your audience is choosing whether they're going to spend it on you or just go strolling past to the next sassy coach with better stories and more sparkle. Because it's not that she or he is better than you, probably not. It's because they are more real than you. And they're speaking like a human for connection, not a corporate informer. She's making people feel something. She's using her voice to create a powerful impact, not corporate drone. And that, my lovely, is where the magic is. So if you're still clinging to that corporate style of delivery, if you're leading with bullet points and data, if you're afraid to show emotional, God forbid, any form of vulnerability, you're not connecting. You're just informing. And informing doesn't sell. It doesn't build trust or connection. It doesn't cut through the noise. And here's the worst part. You will keep going backwards fast. And I know because I'm having these conversations with you. It's like, I know you're going to burn out faster. I know you're thinking that maybe you're not cut out for this. Maybe you should just go and get a job again. When really all that's happening is you're using the wrong roadmap. Because this entrepreneurial, heart-led online business world of social connection doesn't reward information. Oh, for heaven's sake, you can go and get that from AI like that. You know what I mean? It rewards your presence, you. It rewards your story. It rewards your vulnerability. It rewards you being human. And it rewards your emotional connection. And none of that was taught to you in your corporate comms training. How do I know? Oh man, I could give you so many stories about this. When women come into my program, up front, they're shocked, absolutely shocked. Then they learn and then they start making some serious money. Believe me, I could give you some stories on this. So if you're still speaking or talking, more to the point, talking like someone else wrote the script, if your voice sounds like it's a LinkedIn article in human form, blah. If your presentation gets polite little claps, but zero conversations and zero conversions, is it time to stop? Really? Take a breath. Be honest with yourself. I've had these conversations with you. I know that it's frustrating. This isn't working for you because it's not because you're broken. You are not broken. It's not because you're not smart enough. Oh, for heaven's sake, you are brilliant. And it's not because you're not good enough or loud enough or have enough information. No, it's because you've been trained to follow a model that doesn't work here. You don't need better slides. You don't need a fancier mic. You don't need to give more information. You need to sound more like you, the real you, with all your freaking weirdness, your passion, your pain, your truth, because that's what gets people to stop scrolling. It's what builds trust. It's what sells your programs. You. It's not what you say. It's actually how you say it. Your voice equals impact, not corporate drone. Your story equals conversion, not corporate information. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you're tired of going backwards, if you're exhausted from spinning your wheels, if you're sick and tired of wondering why your information isn't landing, that's why. It's time to make a shift. This is not about information. This is about your energy, your ownership. It's about people actually really seeing you. And it's about stepping into your real power. That power comes from when you stop hiding behind those old rules, the corporate rules that were put together by old corporate men. Does that make more sense? Old corporate men who wanted to have this power, they are the ones that put those rules together. And it don't work, particularly for women. So please, my lovely, start speaking like a real person, not a corporate puppet on a string. I promise you that when you speak with that kind of a truth, that kind of a passion, people will listen and they won't just hear you, they'll remember you. And that's where your business really and truly begins to grow and you'll make some serious money. You want that? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, here's one step. There's a storytelling boot camp coming up in just a couple of weeks. If you want to create a beautiful, heart-led story that gets people seeing you and connecting with you and opening conversations, hey, let's have a chat. You can either comment below or scoop me a DM. I don't mind either way. Because seriously, this is the story that makes you this. And I mean it. It makes you serious money. So come and connect, DM or comment, and let's get you making some money.